Ahoo, ahoo, ahoo.
Hang on there for a second. I'm going to shut this.
Jeez.
Don't drop it because you might hurt its feelings.
Drop it like it's hot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Oops, sorry. Okay. You good to go?
We're good to go. That's a lot of birds. Holy crap.
Welcome to another Moto vlog with Beard and Tinsel's with me. Today's a special day. Today's date is November 9th, 2024. It's a Saturday. It's November, and I'm on my bike in Michigan. Because, why not? Celebrating our 21st wedding anniversary. Happy anniversary to you, Tinsel.
Happy anniversary, Redbeard.
Well, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Franco.
The reason for this video is we're doing our season finale. We're going to take a route we took the very first time for this channel as far as writing goes, but we have a lot of content still being edited. There's a lot of backlog. But this is fine because winter's coming and I have more time then to edit. So this won't be the last video you see this year, but it's probably going to be the last one we make together unless we get a nice day. Then we just want to take a little cruise, but it will probably be without video. We're going to take the same route we did before, which is US 12, and we're just going to talk about some of the things we talked about in that first part of that episode, and we want to take you along the ride with us. So right here is where we started that first video, talking about the name of the bike, which is the Black Pearl, and named off of the Black Pearl from the Disney movie, Pirates of the Caribbean. So in the first video, we talked about picnicking and going to state parks and checking out lakes, like the Great Lakes, not just the lakes inside of Michigan. And we've succeeded a lot more than we thought. For instance, we talked about mileage. At the time of that video, it was 2,100 miles in June from January. So everything is based off of January because that's when I got the bike. I wanted to go 5,000 miles this year. Isn't that correct?
That is correct.
And boy, oh boy, I don't have the exact mileage because I have to look up the mileage and do the math on what's recorded. But I'm over 8,500 miles. I'm almost at 9,000. And before I'm done this year, it'll definitely be over 9,000, which to me is a huge success. I want to put miles on a bike and make memories on the bike and travel the country. Well, I traveled the state, not the country.
We did go to another state, Indiana.
A video that's not out yet. It is, I don't know what the title is going to be, but the main point of that video was to go see an old, I think it's a 1950s train called the 765. It's north of Fort Wayne, Indiana. There was a reenactment, World War II reenactment, I believe, wasn't that right?
Yes. And
they were showcasing the train that stays there. I'm sure if anybody knows anything about trains, it's a pretty famous train. Their sister train is in Owosso, which is a 1225. They're built at the same time, and they are almost identical twins. And they both still are in operation, more for tourists and showing off and stuff, not like actual, moving freight. But it can, that's for sure. So that video is coming out, and we did that video, and that was in Indiana. And that'll come out, I have no idea when, sometime this winter. And that's where we want to go eat, right?
Yes, the Flamingo Beach.
All right, we're going to go there on the way back home to celebrate our anniversary. And I'd never been there before. I think she wants to go there because she likes flamingos, but that's just, that's my theory.
It's true.
I have no idea if it's any good or not, but...
Well, we did not go on a picnic.
Ah, you're right. We did not go on a picnic.
No, we did not go on a picnic.
Yeah, we were going to go on a picnic this year. We bought a blanket from Sam's Club. It's one of those that roll up and has a little carrying handle, whatever. It's like Velcro, whatever. and it's made for picnicking. It's got like I think it has like a middle liner to keep moisture from coming up within. We use it for one other thing. She used it for something with the kids, but we never use it for a ride. At least not yet. We had so many different trips and stuff planned that picnicking just didn't happen this year. But that doesn't mean it won't happen next year.
We did end up going to multiple state parks.
State parks that we went to. Where did we go this year for state parks?
Well, you went to Ludington on your trip by yourself.
Correct.
And we went to Sterling State Park in Monroe and Bay City on our overnight.
That was a big park. So there's 3 different lakes. I just realized 3 different lakes. You got Lake Michigan and Ludington, Lake Huron for Bay City, and then Lake Erie for what was that one called?
Monroe, Sterling State Park.
Sterling State Park. Yeah. So those are all videos that are coming out sometime in the future. They're all separate videos. We went to I went to Ludington, which will be a Ludington adventure. There's a Bay City, which I'm currently working on, which will come out sooner than the Ludington one because it's older. And then we did the Monroe one, which should actually be a lot faster at it because that was a day trip. We went out there for a couple hours and came back home, where the other 2 were overnight stays. So in that video, we also talked about we want to share some stories on our channel, and we did. We've got a couple of them on YouTube now. I've got a few more that are still buried in the editing process. Oh my gosh, they're buried. I haven't even seen a couple of them. Like my motorcycle history, our first date with. I'm not sure if that was our first date, but it was one of our dates, most memorable dates, watching Pirates of the Caribbean in 2003. But that's just another story that's been recorded. We are the couple that I can think of that are on our YouTube channel now. My favorite one for sure, and it will probably remain my favorite for a long time because of how important it is. But and if you haven't seen it, there'll be a link in the description below. But it has to do with my oldest daughter and her surprise gift to me. It's really it's a beautiful story, and it has a good
lesson.
Yeah, it's a good lesson in there. It's about giving, and just as important, it's about receiving. There's plenty of stories coming down the pipe. Some we have just written down as ideas that I want to share, but I haven't had time to record them yet. Plenty that are still in editing process, and some that are already on YouTube.
We had no viewers. Now we do.
On our first video, our pilot episode, I think it's in part 2, we were talking about we didn't really have like an intro or an outro or names for ourselves. We didn't have a YouTube name yet. But now, at the end of the season, we have kind of like an intro, different depending on what kind of topic it is. Like this is a motor vlog. We have an outro. Remember to find the joys in life, and this is illegal. I don't know if it's a good one or not. No one said yay or nay on it, and I'm just trying to come up with something that says different. And to me, it's like there's all kinds of things in life that you can find a glass half empty on or a glass half full. So that's just a reminder to, hey, be easy, be cool, find some joy in it, and don't do illegal things because you don't want to get in trouble. And we have colors, which we didn't think we would actually do, but we as we were coming up with our titling, our thumbnails. We needed to have a text and I like to have a certain theme wrapped around it. So we have a certain font that we use. We have colors. The colors it's her favorite colors. We use purple. My favorite color is green, so I use green. We have a logo. I have an idea in my head of what I want it to look like, and it's being made. I got a couple people trying to help me out with that, so that'd be awesome when that's done. Actually, I had an idea today that when it's done, I should put it on a flag and put it on the back of our bike, like a pirate ship, raise the colors. So the pirate theme name just came from the start of the bike name being the Black Pearl, and I like the movie Pirates of the Caribbean. I have a whole video on that called Channel Theme, and I'll have a link at the description below if you want to check that out. It's only like 3 minutes long. It kind of explains where that came from and our purpose for it. It's just more, long story short, it just has to do with having some fun with it. Just something different and unique that's different to our channel. I have not seen anybody else do that. So at the very beginning of our adventure, we obviously started with 0 subscribers. Took us a little while to get our name out there. Again, I gotta keep reminding myself, I'm not doing this to become a big YouTuber. But I will say, as it's growing and people do comment and they say how they like our channel, that we're fun, that they're enjoying it, to keep making more. I will say, one thing I did not expect when I started this adventure, or this, I guess you can say adventure, this YouTube direction, is that actually does something to me. When I hear a comment or somebody says, I like your channel, it's fun, it's entertaining, that kind of fuels me to do more. Not that I need more of it, because I've got so many ideas and this is just exciting and fun. But when somebody says, hey, your stuff is fun, you two are I don't know, fun to watch or quirky or whatever, keep doing it. It just pushes me to keep pushing myself to the next level and to constantly make my stuff a little bit better and to sharpen my skills and etc. So, yeah, and now we've gotten 85 subscribers, I think, as of today. And we probably will have maybe 100 before the end of the year. But I don't know. Thank you to those who subscribed, and thank you more to those who comment, because that does help me.
Hey, Redbeard, what's it like having a YouTube channel? Did you plan for this?
So when we started this YouTube channel, I did it so I can log our memories and tell stories for our kids so that our grandkids can listen and keep our stories alive for when we pass on. But what I wasn't expecting is our channel to grow and we're making content that's specifically for a YouTube audience. And yes, it's not that big of an audience yet, but it is still growing, and it seems like there's no end in sight. And some of the things that I've learned is, how do I communicate? How do I talk to an audience, no matter what size it is, and keep them entertained, to keep them engaged, keep the conversation going without a lot of pauses or me saying which I say a lot. How do I communicate with my wife as a writer or any writer with me, like my daughters? The lag between our two headsets. So if she starts talking, I start talking, now we're talking over top of each other and it doesn't sound very good. Just learning how to communicate and give time for each one of us to speak without it being over top of one another. How do I start a video? How do I end a video? Which now we have kind of like a start and an end. Having different topics, having different destinations, getting our audience or our community involved. That's one thing I'm looking forward to as the channel grows. I get feedback, like for instance, if our channel is big enough, and let's say we got 1,000 subscribers and we get an average of, 50 comments per video, I am able to ask questions like, hey, audience, where do you think we should go? What should our next adventure be in this area of the United States? Hearing your feedback, and then we do, okay, we're going here because this is what our community wanted. So right now, having learned where cameras should go, this is pretty much always here. It's our 360 camera. I have a lower camera. That's just a different angle. What I'm trying to say is that I'm learning a lot about doing YouTube-specific content. Going out and specifically making a video for YouTube, not just making videos to make videos, which is kind of what I'm used to doing, or for a client. And it's going out really well. It's my only issue is I've got so much content and so many ideas. That's a good problem to have, right? I mean, I've got endless amount of ideas, and I got an endless amount of editing. I mean, all winter long I could be editing something new. Let's do this real quick. So in our first video, we drove past this house, and sure enough, that's the house my grandpa rented for us for a weekend. And that house there was there was a white house right there that's not there no more, and now there's a new house. That was in June 6th.
Yes.
I did this exact same thing. We turned around right here, I think.
Yes.
Turned around right here. I just find it interesting because as we watched the footage today to kind of talk about, kind of get an idea of what we talked about, I told my wife, I said, that house got tore down. And now I'm going by it again, and there's a different house there.
Oh my gosh.
And I was in that house for, I don't know if it was a week or a weekend, back when I was like 5 or 6 or something like that. And that's the house my grandpa taught me the very exciting game called 52 card pickup. And it sounded fun. Until my grandpa did the whole mess of cards, and I realized, 52 cards, and I got to pick them up. Somebody commented on our video that said, I'm going to play that with my grandson. I thought that was cool. Please do. And your grandson will probably never forget that game. I remember that game. I remember who did it, and I remember where it was, and it was in that house in the 80s. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to next year where I can take what I've learned this year and apply it to next year and sharpen our skills, constantly make the videos better. Right now we've been having audio issues that we can't figure out with this Cardo system. For some reason, it just does this weird thing with our audio where it's like cutting out. The best workflow, and a lot of motor vloggers do it, is they have a helmet cam here, and it's there's a microphone that's connected to it. They hit record, it's done. There's no synchronization. You trim off the ends, especially if you're good at, communicating and not having to cut out a bunch of crap that you keep messing up on. But I don't really like having a camera on my helmet. I like the look of it. I like the look of the shot, the first-person view, kind of getting this view of your bike and your ride, and your head's always turning, so that means you've always got a moving shot, which looks good. But I can't get past having a camera mounted on your helmet. But maybe that'll change. Maybe next year I buy another helmet that's specifically for that shot, and I go out to make a moto vlog, and I put that camera on it, and I do that particular video, and then I'm done with it. So I'm not going to say I'm never going to do it, because I don't know the future, but I do like this shot the most because I like having that idea of 360 footage. You can see the lake, you can see this side, whatever. So in our first video, we did a little U-turn right here, which we're going to do again. I mentioned it already. We're redoing our first video. Actually, to make it more correct, I did go out this entrance. I know it's a bit silly, but
I remember the
you're
line.
going to do it because you took a photo of a butterfly or something right there. I don't remember.
No, I took a photo of those.
I don't know. So now we're going back the way we came. And we're going to end the video where we ended our first video. Just something different. Not sure we're going to do this every year, where we end the video at the same spot where we started the video. I remember seeing this when I was a kid.
I love that.
Can't believe it's still there. It's awesome. But I don't know any lake that's busier than this lake, because you can only put so many houses at a lake. Before you know it, you have no more room for houses. But if you're in the area, check out Devil's Lake, Manitou Beach. This is Round Lake over here, and Devil's Lake over here. I have no idea how they got their names. Or Round Lake isn't, I don't know. Aren't they all kind of roundish?
No, it's like round.
Is it round?
Yep.
Well, it's like a circle, isn't it? Round is like a circle. Yeah, say this one. This dock is already up. A lot of them are up. Most of them are up. Because if it freezes and the legs are still in the water, wouldn't that break something or shift the whole thing around?
I have no idea.
And going out there right now, that's got to be cold. But I don't know. People who don't ride motorcycles are like, well, you're riding right now. It's 50 degrees out. Isn't that cold? Well, I have the proper gear for that. And they could probably say, well, I got the proper gear for that. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Whatever.
You just answered your own question. I love it.
Yes, I did.
That was great.
I'll leave that in the video, because that's got to be funny.
Yes.
Maybe, I don't know. So this is something I don't normally say in our videos, because I'm not doing it for this purpose. But I am going to ask, because I have seen the outcome of when people like and comment. It does kind of fuel me to do more and push myself further. So I will say, what all the other YouTubers say, I am now giving up to them. If you do like our content, if you do like the video, please give it a thumbs up. That does help me. It fuels me, and it does help the channel grow. If you like the video, please leave a comment on it, because that does help me, especially if it's positive. If you're going to say something negative, just keep your opinion to yourself. I only want to hear positive things. But if you have something good to say, please let us know. If you like our content, if we're quirky enough for you and we're entertaining, please let us know. What do you like about our content? What would you like to see us do in our content? Appropriate stuff, please. Yeah, subscribe if you like our content. Every week there's new videos. I don't have a set date. I don't have a set time. I don't have a set anything. I just have new content every week. Every 7 days, something new is being uploaded. We have shorts being uploaded. If you like being annoyed by a notification, ring the bell. That's not something I do because I don't like notifications. If I like the channel enough, I will purposely go to their channel and see what's new. So thanks for watching. Looking forward to next year, seeing what happens, seeing how we grow as a YouTube creative group, a couple of weirdos, and yeah. And as always, remember to find the joys in life, unless they're illegal. See ya.